Okay, we are live. I think we're streaming. I know StreamYard was having a problem with Twitter in its stream, so I'm not sure if we're streaming to Twitter. If someone could check, that would be awesome.
There is a
Welcome.
note.
Yeah, welcome everyone. We're back. It's been 9 months since we've played the Drew Baye campaign, session 35, and we're getting some feedback. Who's feeding us back? Test. All right, that's better. God damn it! There's always something. So
it wasn't mine for a change.
No, we're fine. We're good now. So we are back, and we're going to be playing Drew's game from. If you've gone back and watched the last session, you've all been caught up to speed. If you haven't, then you can muddle along as best you can. I'm warning everyone now. I've been drinking rum and cokes since 6:00 p.m. I haven't had rum and coke in a long time, so this is a pleasant change. Hang on, let me take a sip. That's good. Before we get started, we're waiting on two players, AJ and Noble. I posted this on Twitter about an hour ago. This old D&D module, the expert Dungeons and Dragons module, the Quest for the Heartstone. This was published in 1984, and that's the year I first bought it. This is not the original that I had. I was lamenting the fact that I had sold it on eBay back in 1998 for a variety of reasons. And I lamented that fact, and I was very sad. So I decided, you know what? There's a variety of D&D items that I did sell around that time, and I'm going to go back and add them to my collection again. And this was the first thing that I decided to buy. This is cool because TSR and the toy company LJN had teamed up to make D&D toys, the resin toys, the posable figurines, and the bendable monsters. And this is cool because it features Strongheart, and Orduke.
We had those. I remember those.
Yeah, those toys are great. And they featured in the Dungeons and Dragons cartoon, Quest for the Dungeon Master, I believe it was called. But this is badass. It's got all the stats of all the toy figures. Case in point, you can find them. Obviously, Kellic the Evil Sorcerer, Warduke the Evil Fighter, Zargash the Evil Cleric, Grimsword the Evil Knight, Zarek the Evil Half-Orc Assassin. They're very cool. So I look forward to eventually playing this again. And just reading it is going to be very cool. So that's my geek intel for today.
Nice.
Yeah. So like I said, we're waiting to...
Well, while we're waiting, you guys remember all of the stuff that you were given by the Jarl of Frosthaven?
Yes.
Because there was a bunch of some pretty sweet magical loot, some items to help with the quest.
Yeah, I was looking over my notes trying to see if I had anything from that. I know I had a +1 magic sword. Was there anything else that I got?
Oh yeah, here let me go back in the notes. I've got everything in separate documents here, but I'll be able to find it. So
yeah, I couldn't find my game notes, unfortunately, and I did not have time because of work and other stuff to look. And Vince, I still have my original copy of that module, by the way.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I'm sure that comes as a surprise to you.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
So, couple things, and if I remember, hopefully everybody gets the right stuff. Yeah. So, if I can remember everybody's, holy crap, the names. So Ulfr, and then Carl, of course. Rob is Bjorn, Franklin's Dane, Jared is Galdor, the Ranger, AJ is Sigismund, and then I think I'll take over Vidar as an NPC for Thor. But here's here's the items. So Ulfr got the Rune Veil of the Northwind. It's an icy blue cloak woven with silver threads and grants resistance to cold damage. advantage on saves versus paralysis or fear, and +1 to AC. And once per day, you can vanish into the wind and reappear anywhere within 60 feet.
Yes,
Same as the
I have that.
Dimension Door spell.
The veil of the north. Yeah,
Yep.
got that. Hang on.
With the
I wrote
flurry
the
of
stats
ice.
down. Yeah, the
Okay.
flurry of ice, the +1 AC. Hang on, I got it on this sheet that I
Oh.
printed out. The fuck. Wand of Fire. I printed out all my magic items. Yeah,
Okay.
the Rune Veil of the North. Resistant and protection from cold. +1 to AC. I have a saves versus cold bonus. Once per day, I can vanish and reappear in a flurry of ice anywhere within 60 feet, and have the ability to read Hell's runes without suffering any ill effects.
The barbarians got a pair of twin axes forged from dwarf steel and consecrated in the shrine of Uller, Frostfang and Fireheart. And I think who got which? I think Vidar got Frost. Who got which one? I don't remember which one got which. I think maybe I think Sigismund got Frostfang. They're both +2 battle axes. And with Frostfang and a critical hit, it slows the enemy for 1d4 rounds. And Fireheart, which Vidar got once per day, can burst into flame for 3 rounds and does an additional +1d6 fire damage per hit. And it ignites trolls or undead and prevents regen. So when wielded together, the barbarians are immune to Hell's aura of despair and gain +2 to morale checks. So I'm going to copy and paste this into the private chat so that we've got it like right there. And then Bjorn got the Thunderbrand knot, which is a silver rune-threaded leather cord, which he can tie around his hammer's neck. Once wrapped around Thor's arm when he casts down the Storm Serpent. When wielding the hammer with the Thunderbrand knot on the handle, he gets an additional +2 to hit and damage versus giants, undead, and hellspawn. And once per day, he can smite the ground, causing all foes within 10 feet to save versus spells or fall prone from the shockwave. Oh, I forgot. Also, it makes the axe a +3 axe instead of a +1 axe. And that's in addition to the additional +2 to hit and damage versus giants and undead and hellspawn. Also, when reduced to 0 hit points, the cleric is surrounded in a shell of lightning for 1 round, repelling all attackers and giving time for an ally to intervene. And let's see, damage is halved and no coup de grace possible that round. So nobody can go in and coup and just kill him while he's down. I'm going to copy and paste that in here too. And then I also need to mention that, okay.
AJ, check the private chat.
Yeah, I saw it.
All right.
Yeah, I saw the stuff for the axes.
Nice.
Sorry about that. I was doing my exit interview.
No worries.
Now I'm off to my big boy job on Monday.
Okay. Let's see. Franklin's not here yet. You know what? We'll get back to his later. So, for for Galdor, there is the pelt of the blood bear. Is a mantle made from the skin of a legendary northern cave bear, gifted by its spirit, and grants +2 AC, resistance to cold, and advantage on tracking hellspawn or undead. Plus, once per day, the ranger can roar, inspiring their cave bear familiar to enter a sacred frenzy for 5 rounds. And during that, the cave bear gains a +2 to hit and damage. It's immune to fear, and it can smash through magical barriers, same as the knock spell on contact. If the bear is reduced to 0 hit points while raging, it does not die immediately. Instead, fights for 1 more round before collapsing. Also, just as a reminder, Sled has Ulfer's Staff of Power. That was
he can't
left.
use those because he's a thief. He's
Yes, he
unable to
can't use
that.
it, but he's got it.
Correct.
Unless he multi-classed, and we all missed that somehow.
Don't do that to us.
Okay.
All right. So, are we going to wait for Franklin, or are we going to get rolling with that?
Wait
We
for
talk
no. Yeah.
D&D stuff until they get here. Yeah, don't I?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, see? Yeah.
Aw.
Did you guys check the private game Twitter? I sent a picture of the bear.
No, I've got
Me
those
too.
ones all closed. I'll go take a look.
Jared's bear.
Notifications.
You see Franklin's cod piece?
Yes,
Email?
I did.
That's pretty funny.
Oh, that's perfect for that.
Chat. I don't. So,
I
hang
don't know
on.
if I have that.
Hey,
No, I
Vince,
don't-
if you need me to do some moderating as well, I finally logged
Yeah,
into
there's
YouTube.
like 4 or 5 idiots. I put it on members only, so fuck everybody else.
Yeah, but I'll take care of it from here on.
All right, cool. Thanks.
There's always a couple losers with nothing better to do with their time.
It's funny, but it's not at the same time. It's more annoying than anything.
Yeah,
You guys want to see my current work progress for my coworker?
You're what?
My current work in progress for my now former coworker.
What happened?
I've been working on for him. He was a mechanic.
Oh, okay. Oh, cool. That's neat.
Got the Kriegman on there.
Nice.
That's bad.
I would love to get into tabletop Warhammer, but it seems almost overwhelming. Where do you even begin?
I learned most because I've started playing at the 2,000 point, which is the normal regulation size. I started off with my local Games Workshop store playing just what the hell do they call it? Boarding actions, where you only have a 500 point limit. So, and with the army I play, Dark Angels, 500 points, I can just lay out 10 fucking Death Knight Terminators, and it's just like, oh, I can't really shoot, but I can get into melee with you and fuck you up. Or I do have one list that's like 5 points under, but has the prime mark for the Dark Angels, plus like intercessors and then some flamethrowers. Just like, okay,
Sweet. I would probably
capture the objective and then go burn everything.
I like the Space Wolves. I don't know shit about how to play the tabletop game, but I just love the lore, so I'd probably go in with them. And then if it turns out that I suck at that or prefer a different faction, I'll go with that. Is faction even the right term? Because I know there's the different
I call it sub-factions. It's like in Horus Heresy, you got the 20 legions plus the Custodes plus the Admech and demons, and then like in 40k you got I think 7 actual named Space Marine chapters, and then generic Space Marines, Astra Militarum, Sisters of Battle. It's like a whole bunch of lists, and that's just for humanity alone.
I thought there was like 18 different.
21, I think.
21.
21 codexes
Holy shit.
for 40k.
I'd rather play Battletech.
I'm
overall, I would too. Yeah.
It's a lot of fun. It's a lot cheaper to get into. You can literally buy first edition rules and privately made mechs.
Yep.
And away you go. And you know, just depending on what your total weight limits are with the guys you're playing. But I mean, you get a few heavies, you get a few mediums, you get a few lights. You're able to put together any kind of a team you want, and away you go. And you don't have to really worry about, I'm sorry, you did not buy the 2006 release Space Marines, therefore you're not eligible to play because you have the 2025 Space Marines. And
Well, actually,
Actually,
Tactical Squad still exists in the codices, so your 2006 Space Marine is still legal. Just saying.
Yeah. So I
Jesus
mean,
Christ.
you don't have
It's-
that.
It's a way for Games Workshop to keep making you buy more minis.
More
Yeah.
plastic crack.
And in my lifetime of experience within gaming and fandom and so forth, there are douchebags in BattleTech, but there are a lot fewer of them than there are in Warhammer.
Nobody's pushing for femstodies.
Yeah, and less stuff in BattleTech was stolen from other things than in Warhammer, where pretty much everything was
Everything
stolen from
seems
He
to
stole
be
Tolkien.
inspired by somebody else.
No, but with Warhammer, it goes beyond inspiration. No matter,
High elves are dickheads.
yeah. So it's
The Eldar,
Yeah, the Eldari for 40k for fantasy, the elves themselves, but yeah, high elves regardless are dickheads, just as they are in Lord of the Rings.
yeah, aren't they just assholes in every single fantasy that they appear in?
almost.
Are high elves ever not assholes?
They're the racist in Skyrim, race superiority racist.
I always sided against them. I hated them so much. Every time I would see the high elves, I can't even remember what they called them in Skyrim, but they would be walking along with some Nord prisoner. I would kill them every single time. Every single time. And as soon as I had the ability to do so, that fortress where they hold the one guy that they kidnap from Whiterun?
Yeah.
Every single time, as soon as I could, I would go there and kill all of them. There's also a mission where you go to that embassy where they're having the party.
That's one of my favorite missions right there.
I just kill everybody. I hate the elves so much. Basically, my whole thing, I play a Nord and I kill elves in every single one because they're just so fucking obnoxious. So yeah, no Eldar for me if I do Warhammer. Yeah, I like the Space Wolves lore. Speaking of it, because you said Dark Angel, so that's Lionel Johnson, right?
Yep.
So
He's a beast on the tabletop.
I'm 8 books into the Horus Heresy, and I don't know what happens, but I see stuff online and memes and things. Didn't Lionel Johnson and Russ? Oh crap! I should know the name. The Primarch of the Space Wolves. Yeah, Lehman Russ. Didn't they get into a fight and he knocked Lehman Russ out and he was unconscious for a week or something?
Several times.
What was
They had
that? Why are they fighting?
It's because Lionel Johnson and the Dark Angels were on a compliance mission with Russ, and I forget, someone had the kill on the governor, and I think Lehman killed the governor, but it was supposed to be Lionel Johnson, so Lionel Johnson got pissed off and they fought for 3 days and then knocked him out.
Oh, well, yeah, you don't steal other people's kills. I guess I can't blame him for that.
And then from now on, every time a Dark Angel or every time the Dark Angels and the Space Wolves are on a mission together, the most senior member of the Legion or chapter has to fight each other as an honor duel. So later on in the Horus Heresy, I'm not gonna care about spoilers. Book series has been out for 20 years. When Lion gets to Macragge to meet up with Gilliman, there's a Space Wolf detachment there, and Lion being the most senior Dark Angel, and the Space Wolf there, some sergeant has to honor duel him.
Oh boy, is it? Oh, I shouldn't even ask. Again, I'm on right now. The book that I'm on is the one with the Ultramarines, where they're following the Word Bearers, the massive ship of the Word Bearers. That's all the further I am in, and they just got to where they are attacking them, where they had to dock the ship, and I can't remember. before.
town.
While they're on the way to McCraig, apparently.
Yeah.
So
the
that's
whole
as far as I
Shadow
got.
Crusade's pretty cool.
I got a lot of reading to do. Didn't they started these books in the 80s and they're still going, aren't they? Is there like
So the
40
Heresy
something?
Yeah, so the actual Heresy book series, the 68 books for the 9 years, started in 06 and finished last year, 2 years ago.
Good grief.
68
That's a lot of books.
Okay, I'm on 8.
Right.
I'm going to be reading these for a while, which is great. I won't run out.
Trying to think what else is there, and then like the entire stuff, like the first Warhammer edition came out as Rogue Trader in '87, so 11th edition will bring us into the 40th year.
Holy shit! It's like D&D. It's been around a long time. Although D&D now, when did it officially start? Was it 77?
74.
74.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the
Holy shit.
Advance came out in 79, and it was with the Monster Manual, Player's Handbook, and then the DM's Guide.
Fuck. So we're coming up on 52 years.
Yeah.
Do we really count anything after TSR though?
No, we don't. First edition, second edition, and then it basically ended right there.
I'm really kind of torn with the first and second. I do kind of like some of the second.
No, I do too. I like the addition of Thaco. I like some of the spells and the way they do the niche classes. I do like fourth edition.
I've never played fourth.
Hey, everyone
It
hates
came
on
out
fourth.
and they tried to integrate role playing with multiplayer computer games. I think, and it didn't work too well. But as far as
I hear it works pretty well for a miniature game, but that's it.
You can still do role playing.
Mhm.
You can do role playing in any edition. The issue is the combat system with fourth. You could spend 2+ hours on one encounter.
Yeah, it was pretty detailed.
It's very I do like. I think it's Rob Heinsu. I do like the artists that do the artwork for the Monster Manual and the Player's Handbook and the Dungeon Master's Guide. I think that's his name. The art for 4th edition is very good.
Yeah.
I like 5th. 5th is probably closest to 1st edition.
I agree.
I don't like 3 and 3.5. It's too much like autistic nerds got together and said, let's create an edition where we can min-max efficiently. Our
5th edition
characters.
is great for new people trying to pick up the game. The
Absolutely.
rules are very simplified, and with D&D Beyond, it makes it really easy for somebody to just look at a screen and figure it all out. It's great.
Yeah.
It is the most Dungeons and Dragons has been since 2nd edition. I have said that since the first 3 core books of it came out. It also, to me, seemed less heavy-handed than when those first books of 3rd edition came out. Everything was she, her, female-centric.
Yeah.
In its focus.
The start of
because
the woke bullshit.
Yeah. Well, they were desperately trying to market it to girls. And you can argue or debate the success or failure of that. But it was very heavy-handed to the point that just reading the book, I felt like this was a game made for someone other than me, which is the first time that it happened. Because I seem to remember in the older edition, there were a mix of male and female players mentioned in the example, just like there was a mix of male and female characters. But 3rd edition, it seemed really heavy-handed at trying to reach that female demographic. To not be too cynical about it, but just to look at it purely from marketing as opposed to any ideology or agenda.
Back when D&D was first created, especially with the 1st edition, The women that wanted to play D&D were few and far between, and the ones that wanted to play were there because they wanted to play. They
Mhm.
weren't there for male validation and to be hanging on because they were there because they were someone's girlfriend, and they just wanted to be involved with what their boyfriend was doing. It was predominantly an outcast male activity.
Yeah,
But
we're
the
outcasts.
females that wanted to the female well back then the females that wanted to be there were there because they wanted to play. So, not because they were trying to disrupt the game or make changes to the rules or make changes to the boys' club. So,
It has been so long. I don't remember. It's with the combat, declare actions, roll initiative, and then it's resolved ranged, magic, melee, or am I getting that out of order?
I think it's magic, range, and then melee.
Yes.
Magic, ranged, melee.
Because
Okay.
believe so as well.
magic bumps down into segments.
Yeah, which the segments, if you want to get nitpicky with the segments and with the melee, if I think with the initiative, if we're doing 6-sided dice for initiative, if the magic spell takes more segments than what the enemy rolled for their initiative, oh crap! It's been so long since I've.
It is. Yeah.
The
Depends on segments.
initiative roll determines whether a melee attack, if it lands, can interrupt a spell. Is if I remember, when you roll the initiative, the low roll goes first, and that indicates when your attack would be successful. But if you roll, let's say you get the initiative and you cast a spell. Let's say you get like 2 for your initiative, and the opponent gets 3 for their initiative. You win the initiative. You cast the spell first, but if your spell takes 4 segments to cast, and they got a 3 on their initiative, and they are able to attack and successfully connect with the magic user, they would interrupt that spell, and there is no, and the spell effect doesn't, the spell is basically wasted because it's began casting it, but it's interrupted.
Correct.
I'm trying to like get all this stuff sorted again in my brain, so I'm ready for it, because it has. We've been playing Beckme. My brother and some guys that we used to play with, like back in the like late 80s or so, we were playing the Beckme and 1E back then, and we started up again. We're going to jump into 2nd edition, but we thought, hey, let's do Beckme and do some of these old modules first, the basic. And I got to constantly like look back and forth because there's so many rules that are different. Really strange. I don't like that they don't have. They just have like fighter, magic user, cleric, and then dwarf is a whole thing. So I prefer the race and class and all that with 1st and 2nd edition. But Beckme has been fun. We've kind of bent some of the rules a little bit to house ruling stuff to be a little bit more like 1st and 2nd, where we prefer it. Holy crap! Any word from Franklin? This is.
Doesn't Jared have him on speed dial?
I can text him here. Let me
Yeah,
send
he was
him a message.
picking somebody up from an airport or something. I don't remember.
Yeah, he was working on it with his nephew.
Send him an Uber. We got D&D.
Seriously, God damn it!
Hey, you know what worked out for me tonight was I couldn't even punch in when I got into work.
Oh shit!
Really?
I could badge in. I mean, tonight was supposed to be my last night, anyways.
So
You got some time off too, don't you?
I'd go right to work Monday.
Oh, okay.
Updating my
you don't
LinkedIn right
have
now.
to say the name of the company or anything, but where are you going to work at? What are you going to be doing, AJ?
I'm going to be the manager / because it's a small data center, the data center director
Oh, okay.
for a small company that's trying to get into more of the inference AI side of things. So the
Okay.
the part of the LLM machine that does the actual outputs useful information you need higher latency, so you want actually a smaller data center that's dedicated just to doing that.
And you didn't have to change your last name to Patel or Singh to get the job?
Maybe he did.
He's not going to tell me.
I actually need
Hello?
to tell you guys a fun story about Franklin.
Please do. He's late
Yeah.
for D&D, so trash him, man.
No, it's not going to be a trash story. It's actually
okay.
it's a good story.
All right.
He invited us, me and my family, to come over to dinner with him and his wife, and we've been over there a few times. And so I brought myself and my wife, my daughter, and then my son, who's married, and his wife, and my grandson, his kid. We're sitting there playing around, and my grandson is he's autistic. He's a level 2 autism, so he doesn't really talk and communicate yet. He's also only 3 years old, but he was having a great time, just kind of running all over the house and jumping on stuff. And we're like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And Franklin's like, "Dude, he's a kid. Let him go nuts." And then at one point, Franklin's like, "You know what? Every kid needs a sword." So he went and got this plastic. I mean, like a practice katana, but it's a hard, full-sized wakizashi katana, and he's like, "Here, check this out." He hands it over to my 3-year-old grandson.
Nice.
Who then commences to just swing it around everywhere. We're like, "Franklin, are you sure about this?" He's like, "Nah, every kid needs a sword." So
Absolutely.
I gave my grandson a practice sword.
That's probably one
He
of the
gave it
best
to
days
him.
of his life.
Sweet.
But actually, I mean, like we left with it. Like he's like, "No." I tried to give it back. Tried to give it back to him at the end of the day. He goes, "What are you giving that back to me for?" I'm like, "Well, it's your sword." He goes, "No, it's not. It's his sword." I'm like, "All right."
Right? That's awesome.
Probably his favorite thing now. Swords are awesome.
They are.
He
Whether
he
it's
already
a
had
stick or an actual sword.
Yeah, he's already big into things like that. So it was pretty entertaining.
That's cool.
He's a very generous man and a good friend to have.
Indeed.
But he's
Well,
late
he
for
hasn't
D&D.
responded to my text, so I say we.
He's probably driving.
He's
We're
probably
gonna-
driving.
Yeah, don't-
We're gonna
So-
start in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get started, and then he'll jump in and we'll catch him up to speed.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Do we have the oh fuck counter or the oh shit counter going?
All right.
Oh shit, counter.
I can drink when he says oh shit.
All right, so
You might be drunk before we know it.
it has been a while,
Right,
and I have gone through the last video like in bits and pieces. It's been a crazy couple of weeks. It's been hectic today. I won't bore you with all that, but in between things, I was listening, so I kind of remember where we were. So I'm going to give
Valkyrie.
kind of the broad strokes. Yeah, the Valkyrie came and retrieved the souls of the fallen, and you only have 3 henchmen left. So a while back, the adventure party had some major conflict with the thief, our villain Sled, in, I think it was Yarvik, where he caused all sorts of chaos, and then murders, thieving, and eventually he ended up being able to break into the tower of, I think it was Skargrim, the wizard, murdering him and stealing a bunch of relics from him, setting the tower on fire, fleeing town. And you guys have been tracking him for a while. There's also a bounty on him. Plus, it's kind of personal at this point because he did pay people to kill you. He tried to have you assassinated in one of the taverns in Jorvik. I don't know if you guys remember the fight in the tavern. People that he had turned out to pay to have you guys killed. So
Fire ass.
you've been tracking him.
I remember peeing on one of them when he was on fire.
I remember that. And you've always been just a little behind. He has been going from town to town, committing all sorts of cons and atrocities, and gradually picking up various bandits and at one point managed to get enough people that they were going and raiding some smaller towns, robbing caravans and traveling merchants, and just doing all sorts of heinous things. And the last place that you guys arrived in was Frosthaven, which is pretty far north. And I don't know if we'd call it a city, but we'll say a town, a relatively large town that is built around a natural, let's say, a thermal spring or a hot spring. So they always have a little bit warmer temperatures there. They've got, water not frozen year round. It, because of the thermal springs, it has become somewhat of a trading hub. When you arrived there, you learned from the Jarl and others in town that they had some issues with Sled, but worse, after he had left for a while, they stopped receiving any visitors. Nobody was coming from, I think it was Stormwatch, which is another town about 2 days travel to the north. All visitors, nobody coming from Stormwatch, and nobody who went to Stormwatch returned. So after a while, they became concerned, and they sent a party of warriors, including the Jarl's son. They did not return. So they sent scouts, and several of the scouts did not return. Only one. And the one that did return was absolutely ragged, practically dead. He had run all the way back 2 days, non-stop, and practically collapsed when he had gotten there and died, but not before he said that something was very wrong at Stormwatch, that the entire place was just like everybody was dead. And he talked about large, monstrous creatures, lurking, and that he caught sight of one of them on the roof of the Temple of Thor, and that when it looked at him, he was terrified, and he just ran all the way back. And the Jarl was absolutely devastated. His son had not returned, no sign of him. Everybody in the town apparently is dead. And asked if you would go to Stormwatch and find out what happened and come back with his son. Dead or alive, he just wants his son back. And he gifted you with their most prized possessions, powerful magical relics, which we had talked about in the last one. I'm going to go over those again really quick, though. Not in all of the details, but just so people have an idea, just the cool stuff that you guys got and kind of your power level. So the wizard Ulfr got a powerful magical cloak that provides resistance to cold, damage, and other magical effects, and allows him to disappear into the wind and reappear. Yeah, with so a short teleportation, and also allows you to read Hell's runes without risking becoming insane or cursed. The barbarians, Sigismund and Vidar, received the magical axes Frostfang and Fireheart, which have cold and fire-based magic that does additional damage and effects to their victims or whoever they attack with it. Bjorn, the cleric of Thor, received the Thunderbrand knot, silver and rune-threaded leather cord, which when tied around the neck of his hammer, massively increases its power, especially against giants, undead, and hellspawn, and allows him once per day to smite the ground, causing all foes within about 10 feet to be knocked to the ground from the shockwave. The Paladin of Balder, Dane, received the Dawn Spark Band, a golden armband engraved with the symbol of Balder and warmed by a perpetual inner light. And this gives him immunity to fear, plus greater resistance to death and necrotic magical effects. And once per day, he can lay hands on a weapon and bless it with Balder's light. And for 1 minute after that, the weapon glows like daylight and deals additional radiant damage to undead and hellspawn. And also, if Dane were to fall in battle, the armband will burst, being destroyed, but in the process, fully healing him. So that's hopefully he doesn't die, but there's that. And then the ranger, Galdor, received the pelt of the blood bear. It was a mantle made from the skin of a legendary northern cave bear that was gifted by its spirit. I don't know how that worked, but that was the story the Jarl told you. And that increases his resistance to cold. I'm sure there's a long story behind that too. And an advantage, it improves your keen senses, your already keen senses. It enhances your ability to track hellspawn and the undead. You can almost sense the direction and the time of travel. And once per day, you can roar, inspiring your cave bear familiar to enter a magical frenzy for a period of time in which it becomes much more dangerous, immune to fear, and it can smash through magical barriers. Anyway, so you guys, in addition to all of the amazing magical stuff that you guys already have, you got all of these things. And a group of warriors from Frosthaven went along with you as escorts and guides. Unfortunately, during the first, actually, you're not quite halfway there, but the first half leg of the journey, you encountered some goblins who were attempting to ambush you from the roadside. But it turned out that they were actually baiting you into following them in the woods so that a much larger force of goblins could then ambush you. It was a trap. But as you chased down and fought the goblins, you both were attacked by several frost trolls. Absolutely ferocious and fearsome creatures. And you lost all but 3 of the warriors that came with you from Frosthaven that were killed by the frost trolls. You did manage to kill the frost trolls, and between you and the frost trolls, all of the goblins are dead, smashed to paste, or completely dismembered and hewed apart. There's goblin parts and entrails and blood everywhere. The snow is red, black, and brown with goblin corpses and innards. And then I think where we left off, the Valkyries had come to retrieve the fallen warriors to take them to Valhalla because they did die honorably in battle. And when this happened, the cleric Bjorn, understanding how these other 3 must feel seeing all their comrades slaughtered, gave them an out. If I recall, he said something, and maybe Rob, you fill me in here in the details, something to the effect of, we would not consider it, cowardly or dishonorable for you to go back. This is, obviously more dangerous than what any of us might have anticipated, something to that effect. But they refused.
Mm-hmm.
They passed their morale check. They said, no, we're going to see this out. They would not want to dishonor their families by not continuing along. They said, they gave their word that they were going to aid you on this quest. And they're going to, they know they're probably going to die just based on what's happened already, but to their credit, they're still with you. And I think at the end of the last session, everybody had just set up camp. But
Very great.
I don't know if we had rolled to see if there were any random encounters during the night. The night actually goes by uneventfully. There are some weird sounds. Every once in a while, you think like you're kind of drifting in, all of you sort of drifting in and out of sleep. And the ones who are awake and on guard think they hear some sort of occasionally this ethereal notes drifting towards them from the woods, and see shimmering lights, almost like the aurora, just in brief flashes coming and going. But other than the strange sounds and the aurora at night that passes uneventfully, although when you wake in the morning, you do find tracks around the perimeter of where you were camping, and nobody had noticed anything during the night other than the sounds and the strange lights. But these tracks, somebody was just walking, looked like in just circling the camp, and then walked back in the direction that they came from, which is off to the east. So, what is everybody doing, and what talk amongst yourselves? What are your characters planning? You're just off of the road. You went to a clearing just a little away from the main road, so you wouldn't be seen. So, what does everybody want to do?
Well, if there's tracks around, I should be able to use my ranger skills and figure out what the hell's going on here with all these tracks.
Okay, so roll me a d20.
There's a singing?
Yes.
16.
Okay. So you can tell by the tracks in the snow, because there's still been some snow falling at night, but it's still that this was probably an adult in finely made boots that was not too large. He's probably slender, but average height based on his stride. And it doesn't look like he was attempting to be stealthy at all, but nobody heard him. Nobody, and I say him based, you're assuming it's a him based on the size of the boots and the stride and everything.
Remember,
And
Sled had those special shoes that he stole from the merchant.
That is, you know what? I actually forgot about those. I need to go back and look at his sheet.
Same team, Robert. Same team.
Well, I'm
So
just saying, if that's Sled doing it, then we figured it out. It's not my fault the DM forgot.
It's not Sled. He can tell it's.
We haven't played in 9 months.
He could tell it's not Sled because Sled has little feet.
Yes, he does, and that's not the only thing.
Sled has
Nothing to
little
say about
feet.
small feet.
So, no, this
Small
this,
shoes.
so it looks like it came from the east and then went back in that direction. So, and judging by the amount of snowfall, this was probably later, like not like midnight, but probably closer to 3 a.m. past midnight, but not quite dawn.
Yeah, third watch.
But somebody just walked around the camp once or twice and then went back. As far as you can tell, nothing is missing. The tracks did not get any closer than the perimeter. Nothing has been disturbed. Bjorn, however, detects a faint hint of magic about them. You got to remember, Bjorn has this gift from Odin of the ability to detect these things, to sight beyond sight. So,
Thundercats, ho!
Yeah.
So Bjorn, you get a sense looking, or I shouldn't assume that you're even looking at it, but let's say you get the feel of something otherworldly and slightly magical about this. You feel a trace of it.
Well, when told about the footprints from the ranger, obviously I would have thought, I wonder if it was Sled because of the boots he stole and whether or not they had any abilities beyond just being incredibly finely made. I remember the merchant telling us somewhat of a story about them and so forth. So I would have gone just to take a look. And obviously, if my heightened wisdom and perception was capable of seeing evidence of some kind of magic or witchcraft or something like that that I was able to detect, I would immediately share that information with the rest of the group, in particular with Ulfr, with whom I've spent the most time and shared the most hazards and perils in our lifetime. And obviously, as a spellcaster, it's something he should be aware of, and maybe he might be able to know based on my description. If he can't perceive or see it himself, he might be familiar enough with spellcasting to know what kind of an item that might have been that allowed that to happen.
Mm-hmm.
So from what you remember, based on what was missing from Skargrim's tower and what was stolen from the merchant who Sled had cut the hands off of, and others tales that you've heard, you think that he has magical weapons for sure. Also, that his armor is magical, and he has some type of cloak that grants him the ability to remain hidden more easily. Boots of elven kind, which allows him to move more quietly. And you know that he has a ring of regeneration that he stole from the merchant whose hand he cut off. And you suspect that he also has the ring of invisibility and ring of teleportation. So he's got, as well as all sorts of thieves.
What an asshole.
Yeah, he cut both of the hands off of that merchant, and he kept one of them. So it's and none of the stories that people have told as you've been tracking him down, nobody said anything about him having a missing hand, which you find odd because you remember that he did have a missing hand at one point, but maybe he was able to connect the new hand with the ring of regeneration. So you're looking for a man that has a hand that doesn't quite match the rest of his body, because the merchant that he attacked was a kind of a smaller, older, sort of portly type. So now Sled, who is, not large, but is more slender, now has one chubby hand and one normal hand, unless somehow it balanced out with the magic. So it's something to look for when you find them. But you don't get the sense that these are like normal, not that elven magical boots would be normal, but you get the sense that this is something different.
So when I'm looking at these tracks with that 16 roll, do I also see where he went? Can I track where
He
he's going?
seems to have gone into the woods towards the east.
Okay. Is it
Because-
plain enough that I could track him down, that I could follow these boots?
If you want, you can follow him. Do you do that? What's everybody else doing?
Well, I'm not going to do it on my own. I would like it to be known that I can follow them, and we can stalk this guy down if we want to.
Despite the fact that it has been snowing, there hasn't been enough snowfall yet that they are obscured.
Okay.
So at the rate that the snow is falling, you figure that, and based on how long ago you assume this was, you think that you should be able to follow them for at least another hour or two before the tracks are completely covered.
Are they coming from the direction we're heading?
No, you're heading north, but they're actually coming east.
Okay. So they're going from east to west.
Yeah,
Okay,
so they came from the east and they
Okay.
went to the east, and you are off to the side of the road, on the east side of the road. So they didn't cross the road. They didn't come from the road. They came from the woods to get to where you are. You went away from the road to camp so that you would not, have anybody coming or going at night that might come upon you. Just
And
set up
this is just a single set of tracks, right?
a single set of tracks.
Drew, would I have any knowledge or recollection, or having read or heard tales from skalds of any mythical creatures in the area, like elves or skraelings or anything like that?
Not quite in this area. Nothing particular other than the frost trolls, wolves, bears, ice giants, occasionally bandits, and although some people have reported strange sounds and strange lights coming from the woods on occasion, nobody has been able to find the source of these.
Guys, what I think I would like to do is, just on my own, not with my cave bear, just me, I would like to run along this track and follow it I will time myself. I will follow it for 1 hour and see if I get anywhere to where I can spot something. If I don't, then I'm going to come back. Are you guys okay with waiting a couple of hours before we take off? You
want to go by yourself?
I think it would if I go by myself, I should be faster in tracking it. I've got the ability to move quickly through the forest, so I think I'll be the fastest one to be able to do that. If somebody
I have boots.
Carl.
Well, I can go with you with Carl because I have boots of speed.
Oh, then let's do that.
Don't forget, both the barbarians have same level of tracking as a ranger at their level, and they're physically faster. So if you need some backup with the barbarians.
Okay.
Well, why doesn't Thor maybe go with you? And obviously Ulfr can if he wishes. And AJ, I need some muscle to stay back with me and our
we can't
younger
just split
guys.
The party we can't split the party with the disparity in power levels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right,
And
that's why I want to be able to go and see if we can spot what it was, and not like commit ourselves to it, but just say we're going to give ourselves 1 hour, track this thing as fast as we can. If we don't catch up with it in an hour, then we come back. If we do catch up with it, then one of us can maybe stay tracking it depending on what it is, and the other one can come back and get more backup if we need it.
Okay. I say we
send Carl.
Carl, I can only see through his eyes a certain amount of distance. So, I mean, that would make sense if we were like in the city and I was following close behind. But
Maybe
It's
one
only
of the
like-
barbarians. Then, if they can keep up, then let's go. I'll take one of the barbarians with me, and the two of us can go.
yeah, I would say take at least one person with you to watch your back.
Yeah.
And the rest of us will stay here preparing to move out to the north. And if we encounter anything that's too dangerous, we'll make our retreat towards you guys in the hopes that you'll be coming back to reinforce us, not running back, bringing
Correct.
danger all of your own.
Correct.
All right. Vidar, the older one, Thor's character, will go with you because he's got the fire axe.
Got it. All right. So that's what we're doing. We're gonna run after this this track for an hour and see if we catch up to anything.
Okay, as you follow the tracks through the snow, you gradually go deeper and deeper into the woods where the snow actually starts to decrease a little bit because the cover overhead is getting thicker.
Right.
And although it is day and it should be getting lighter, the woods seem to be getting darker and darker and more dense as you get further in, but you can still make out the tracks somewhat. And then, as you're getting to, when you estimate, maybe you've been, tracking this for an hour and maybe a little over an hour, you start to think that you are hearing the faint sounds of music, almost a haunting, ethereal sort of music, and seeing just little bits of briefly flashing multi-hued light, purples and greens and blues and yellows from behind the trees, casting shadows that don't really look like the trees so much as creatures twisting and watching as you're moving through the woods.
Okay. I'm gonna stop, and I'm gonna turn to my barbarian companion and say, we are now in full stealth mode, and I'm gonna ask for the opinion. What do you think? Should we keep stalking this? It sounds like we're coming up on either fairy or some kind of magic. This is not something we want to take on our own, I don't think. What would you like to do? Seeking opinion of my barbarian companion.
Well,
The old wise barbarian. I think we
since
should.
he's not here, not all fey creatures are bad. So you might
I agree.
You might find unexpected allies that could assist us in the battle we're going into, or you might spy adversaries, but you won't know that until you actually see who and what they are and potentially make contact. So I'm assuming Vidar would share similar information with you, just in a more with more barbaric gusto than myself.
Yeah. Well, we're not
So-
there, so we can't offer any advice really.
Right.
Right.
So
But
Okay.
Vidar's an old wise barbarian. Lived many winters.
Okay.
He whips out
Then-
his.
Then with that kind of information, I think I will, again, full stealth mode. I want to try to be as quiet and careful as possible. Try to see if I can see what is the source of this magic light.
I agree. I got your back.
As you move closer and closer to it, you start to notice in the distance a flickering between the trees, and you start to pick up on a smell. And it almost smells like roast.
Dog shit.
No, some sort of roasting animal. You're not sure if it's rabbit or squirrel or whatever, but it doesn't look like fire. It looks like the flickering in rainbow hues almost and sparking. And it almost looks like there are pinpoints of multicolored light flashing in and out just at the outside of your vision.
Okay.
And the music starts to grow a little bit stronger.
Is the music? Do I feel that the music is doing anything to my mind? Am I able to perceive anything like that?
Roll a d20. In fact, everybody that's with him, roll a d20.
That would be
AJ,
a
you can roll
17.
for Vidar.
Yeah, I got that is a 15.
Okay.
And a 17.
Okay. I should have your saves here.
Man, all my saves are 14 or lower, and I got a 15.
Okay. Yeah, just I'll if it's low enough that I think it might be a concern for anybody of your level, then that'll double check. But if the numbers are higher, I'm not gonna. we'll just DM judgment there. So nothing seems to be happening to your minds. It doesn't seem to be charming you or anything, but you feel like your mood has been lightened. Like
Okay.
you are less apprehensive. Like you don't feel the weariness or the fear or the tension that you have, despite knowing what you are heading into on this particular quest. You feel like you're feeling pretty good.
Okay.
You're almost kind of in a happy mood.
Okay. But I don't feel like I don't perceive that it's a bad thing that it's affecting me this way.
You don't feel like
lightening
it's
my mood.
clouding your mind, just like it's lightening your mood.
Okay. Then I'm going to proceed with a little more confidence, and I'm still going to keep on approaching. I want to see what's causing this.
As you get closer, you can start to make out what looks like 3 figures in the distance sitting on stumps around what doesn't quite look like a fire, but it's casting light. Imagine sort of an amorphous, color and shape shifting, like blob of various lights, almost like if somebody were to take the aurora and crush it down into something the size of, I don't know, maybe just a few feet across. Like it's like an aurora held in a loose spherical shape that is bulging and pulling back in and constantly shifting colors and casting weird shadows. The shadows it casts are not normal shadows. The trees almost seem to be casting shadows of living, almost, you get the impression that the trees are dancing if you look at their shadows. And
Cool.
you have heard stories of living trees, and this sort of gives you the impression of that. The trees don't appear to be moving, but their shadows do.
Your shadows are. Okay.
And it looks like there is something on a spit over this light.
Okay. So as not to cause any surprise, I will sort of step closer to the light and yell a "Ho there! May I join your light?"
The creatures look, and you can make out them a little bit more clearly now. And one is a slender man, kind of fine features, kind of clean shaven, very, very dark hair pulled back and braided. And he is wearing a cloak that sort of shifts colors like the lights in front of it. And you can sort of make out he's smiling at you. And beside him is a woman. And you can't quite get a good look at her face. You can't quite make it out. And it seems to keep shifting between being very young, maybe adult, and then almost deathly. And you can't quite get a fix on her face. It's just shifting between these. And she's wearing this tattered shawl with runes that seem to shift and reflect the light coming from this multi-hued light source between them. And then sitting across from them, you think it's a fox at first, but as you look more closely, you realize it is an unusually large squirrel. The squirrel is about the size of a fox.
What the?
And it has
Stop feeding the squirrels.
It has somewhat reddish brown fur, and it is playing some sort of wind instrument that you have never seen. So
I'm into the foxy red-headed squirrel. So I'm continuing to approach. I'm continuing to get a little closer. Do they seem to notice me at all?
Oh, they're watching you as you approach,
Okay.
and the squirrel puts
I'm
down.
approaching totally hands up, just being as innocent and as unassuming as I can be as I approach them.
The man smiles, and he's got this just kind of weird light in his eyes, and he says, "Well met, friend.
Well met.
Would you care to join us?"
I would.
And then you didn't notice it before, but he reaches, and now there is this huge tankard right
Now we're
next to
talking.
him. And also he reaches, and you never saw him grab anything, but as he reaches into the tankard and brings his hand back up, he has a large mug, and he says, just to show there's no funny business, he takes a sip and then lets go, and it floats through the air towards you.
Nice. Rum and Coke. Yep. I will happily accept it, and cheers to him, and take a sip as well, showing that I trust him and trust what he gave me.
And he offers the same to your friends. He can see everybody. He says, and you, and you, and you, and then proceeds to reach in. And every
We're
time
not
he
all
reaches, oh, I thought, wasn't the Vidar there with us? Just Geldar?
It's just Vidar.
Just by
Just Vidar. Oh, and he also floats. Oh, okay. I thought that. So Ulfr did not also come with the boots of speed.
No.
All right.
Oh.
Well, you guys are missing the party. So he floats a
God
mug
damn it.
over to. Well, you can't split up the party. He floats the mug over to. Oh, wait a second. It's Vidar, not Sigismund.
Yeah, it's Vidar.
So floats the mug over to Vidar, and he says, "Come, sit." And two more stumps just push up out of the ground.
Perfect. Yeah, I'm gonna sit down. I'm gonna enjoy this.
As
This is
you
pretty
get
cool.
closer, you also notice some of the trees have shapes on them that are somewhat face-like, and they appear to sort of twist and look towards you and also be smiling. And the squirrel stops playing for a second, and he starts sniffing at both of you. And he then comments about both of you smelling like troll ass, and and turns and he says to the man in the cloak, "Some wind, please." And you can see now there is a shift in the direction of the wind, and
It's not downwind anymore.
so you are no longer so now they are no longer downwind of you. Thank you, he says, and he goes back to playing his thing. And so the man asks, "So, other than killing the local wildlife, what brings you to these parts?"
We are on a hunt for men that have done violence to our
we are.
friends. And
Fucking
our
veterans.
intent is to do
Pieces of
violence
shit.
in return.
It's about goddamn time.
You sound like my brother. And who is this man, or who are these men that have done violence towards you?
The man we're most interested in pursuing is a man named Sled, a vile creature who is deserving of the worst we can do to him.
That's an understatement.
I think I saw him pass through here a few weeks back.
He is a betrayer and a blight on this planet.
You forgot the most important part. He's got an ass face.
And he's a total dork.
So the ass face thing. Oh crap! I got to be careful. I don't want to give anything away. He killed the wizard that cast that spell.
Didn't that wear off by now?
So you have not heard anybody, because you've been tracking him, and people stopped mentioning that, and it would have been one of the first things that people would have talked about. So the fact that nobody had described him in that manner kind of cued you in that killing Scargrim probably ended that. The fact that he killed the person that cast it on him, it was, and I think Scargrim had probably meant it as a temporary thing rather than permanent anyways, but so the man does say that, "Oh yes, I think I know who you're talking about. He came through here not so long ago with a whole group of not so nice men. In fact,
Correct.
I think they've killed quite a few more people since they've come by this way. In fact, judging by the direction you're heading, I think you're going to find many more of them."
We hope to. We have a large band with us, which you apparently encountered last night. And our intent is to continue to hunt these men and stop their deeds.
Are you sure it's only men that you're hunting?
Honestly, it doesn't matter. Whatever is doing this violence, whatever is causing these woes to continue, we will stop them. It doesn't matter to me what they are.
Mm-hmm. Amen.
Tell you what. Let's play a game. Maybe a wager.
Capital.
And let's see if which one of us can down 10 of these mugs the fastest. And if you can finish all of yours before I finish all of mine, I will give you something to help you with this. But if you can't, then you will do something for me.
I like this. I agree. Begin.
What's your constitution?
Okay.
My constitution is 14.
2.
I got a 17.
Okay, so who wants to do this?
What's Vidar's?
Vidar.
Vidar's got a 17 Constitution.
So
I'm
Vidar-
handing the barbarian over. Let's go.
I've got a feeling we're going to be traipsing off looking for these guys, wondering what happened that in 2 hours they haven't made it back.
Okay, so
Does
gonna write
Vidar
this
realize
down.
that he's in the presence of divinity right now?
no, I don't think he realizes it.
Even with the
He's just
squirrel.
there- He's just there to compete for drinking. Let's go.
The woman glances up briefly and shakes her head at him, and she says, "You shouldn't be intervening. You're pulling on threads. You should leave alone." And the man is like, "This is fun. Let's just
I
see what
agree.
happens." Okay,
I
so
agree.
you got a D20 for Galdor and a D20 for Vidar. You guys, and I need to. Okay, what are your constitutions?
Mine's a 14.
17.
Okay, I'm writing this down here. Okay, so everybody drink. Roll your D20.
Not going to have to tell Vince twice.
I'm not there.
Huh.
Oh, I know, but you're still drinking.
I'm still drinking. I'm drinking realistically along with you.
Nat
Yeah.
20.
And he drinks. Oh shit! You get a 20.
I got a
I
nat
gotta drink.
20.
You said, "Oh shit, I got to drink."
Who got a 20?
Vidar got a 20.
Vidar got a 20.
Gallo rolled an 18.
Oh, okay.
Oh gee,
Drink,
and
you
your
fucks.
constitution is 14.
Yeah.
Okay, you both slam the drinks. You just they go down. It is the most delicious mead you have ever had, but you immediately notice you start feeling just a little bit more buzzed, while the man downs his in a single gulp. The whole thing, turns it over to show it's empty, and drops it. And then says, "Are you ready for the next?" Floats 2 more out to you, and then gets his, and he sloshes it around a little bit just to show that it is full. And the squirrel starts playing a different tune and is now dancing on the stump. And the tree faces seem to start resolving into more detail. All right, roll.
7.
7
7.
and
9.
7. Okay. Wait a second. Who said 9?
Vidar.
Oh, you got 9. Okay, so 7 and 9. So the second one seems to go down a little bit easier, and not quite as much of a problem. And the man also downs his, tips it to show there's nothing else, tosses it, and then sends out 3 or 2 more for each of you and another for him, and asks, "Are you ready?" Drinks. Okay, so roll.
3.
18.
Okay. Who got 18?
Vidar.
Vidar. Vidar is starting to see things are sort of shifting. The colors are shifting. It's almost like shadows are starting to dance around, not just behind, but in front of the trees. You're feeling pretty good though, warm and tingly everywhere. The man downs his, drops it, and then immediately sends out another and encourages you to drink.
I rolled a 13 for that one.
13 for that one. Okay.
That is a 14.
14. Okay. You're feeling about the same. And another sends out another round.
Oh, another 3.
Another okay.
13.
All right. And another he sends out.
12.
11.
Okay. Everybody is feeling pretty good right now. Vidar still seeing things dance around a little bit, but you're still doing okay. You don't feel like you're about to lose consciousness yet.
I love a good acid trip.
And you've got 5 down so far, so you're halfway there. He sends out another, and now the squirrel is dancing around the outside of all the stumps and playing this whatever weird wind instrument he's got even more quickly, and the melodies just somewhat. You feel like you want to get up and start moving around to it. It's almost difficult to resist. So roll. Do you guys roll again?
9.
10.
Okay. And still doing pretty good. You guys are holding it down. Again, Vidar's still feeling a little off, and things are starting to shift around a little bit, but still doing pretty good. And he sends out another round.
12.
13.
Okay. Good. 3 more to go. Sends out another.
6.
Okay.
5.
Awesome. Yeah, and basically what you want to roll under your constitution. So you're trying to roll under your constitution, but here's the thing. With every one, there's a penalty to the roll, so it gets tougher as it gets lower, but you're almost there. 2 more.
Okay.
Although Vidar is starting to feel a little drunk. So 2 more. Okay, so drink.
3.
5.
Oh, great. Just 1 more each. And the man brings out the mugs and floats them to you. And by now, these mugs are littering the ground all over the place. And you can see where the drops have leaked out, the little bit that was left from them. There are little multi-hued flowers already starting to spring up from underneath the leaves and the needles that are littering the forest floor. So last
Heroin,
one.
Poppy mead. Nice.
Gentlemen,
Last-
if there was ever a time in a game to roll a 1, this is that moment.
And that was the one.
Seriously?
That was a 1.
I rolled a 6.
Yeah. And 6, you're tipsy, but you're both still standing. And he's very impressed.
Holy shit.
Well done, friends. Well done. And he reaches into his cloak and he pulls something out and he tosses it. It just kind of sparkles in the air. And Geldor, you reach out and catch it. And it is a tiny stone that kind of glitters from, it's almost somewhat translucent in the same kind of multi-hued, constantly changing glow in the light under the roasting. It looks like it's sort of like a fox or something, is coming from within this little sort of translucent stone with runes etched in it. And he said, if fate doesn't go your way, crush this stone and things will change. And the woman For a brief moment, you can see her face flicker with anger at him. And she points and she says, "You are pulling on threads. You should leave alone." And he's like, "Bah, let's see what happens." And he says, "But
I like this guy.
fate,
Fox.
fate
Squirrels.
will remember." And then also he reaches into the other part of his coat and he tosses another object towards Vidar, which you catch, and you're kind of startled because it's an icicle, but it doesn't feel cold. It feels cool and it's wet, but it's not melting. It seems to be staying about the same. And he says, "If you need some protection or to block pursuit, put this icicle in the ground and it will create a temporary barrier blocking all who follow."
Sounds pretty dope. Does the stone I have a name?
We'll just call it a luck rune.
Okay.
I'm gonna use this.
Fate Stone.
So the squirrel stops playing for a moment and he says, "Do you have anything you can give them for the smell, though?"
Smell.
It's
They
because
smell-
smell like
They
troll.
smell like troll and goblin guts.
No, that's true.
Remember,
You never cleaned up.
Vidar did the whole Days of Fire coming out of the tree with the fire axe into the troll.
Yeah.
Yes, he says, "You smell like a goblin whorehouse."
Yeah.
Listen,
And
you
the
have
man
your
says,
kinks and I have mine. All right, just back off.
You don't want to know.
Yeah, we've all dated a woman that had cats. It happens. So, you know, you do what you got to do when you're young.
All right.
Oh boy.
I extend my gratitude. I say thank you for this wonderful experience, and thank you for the gifts. They will be used at our moment of need.
Be careful. And if you happen to see my daughter, and you'll know her, tell her father is very, very disappointed. We have a time and a place, and this isn't it. Not for quite a while.
Okay. I will deliver that message should I encounter your daughter. We need to return to our party now. We've been gone long enough. They'll be worried. So enjoy your feast. Thank you for your time. And maybe we'll encounter each other again sometime.
Oh, count on it. Should you
May the
survive.
All-Father protect us.
Can I have a name to remember you by?
Some call me Loki.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I knew it.
Yeah, I did too. As soon as, especially, it was confirmed when he mentioned his daughter, and considering who's teamed up with Sled, and we fought the werewolves that were connected to her, and other undead. So yeah,
I bow a bit lower. Look.
And he, returns the bow and says, also, beware as you approach Stormwatch. Stormwatch. All is not as it appears.
Noted. Thank you for the warning.
The woman again points at him and is just kind of scolding, and the squirrel laughs briefly and then goes back to his playing.
All right. Then once again, my thanks, Loki. I bow again in gratitude and back out of the light, so that I don't turn my back on him.
One more thing. He reaches in to the barrel again and floats the mugs to both of you. And he says, once per day, if you lift this cup, you will find it full of a refreshing drink. It will clear your mind. It will heal your wounds. It will refresh and empower you.
Okay.
So, kind of stepping out of character for a second, what he has given you is a set of magical mugs that once per day you can just will them to be filled with this mead, which will restore 2d6 plus 2. It's like a potion that was that greater healing. 2d6 plus
Extra healing.
Extra healing. So you get 2d6 plus 2. You got to take an action to get it out of wherever you're
right.
or you just hang it off your belt or whatever. But basically, you have a once a day potion of greater healing, but also, if you have the presence of mind to take it, it will clear like effects, or if you can force it down somebody else's throat, any kind of mind altering effects. So you will gain, actually, let's go further. It'll also act same as a bless spell, blessing is Loki, for 1 round. So for the next round, you would have +1 to your attack and +1 to your damage rolls.
Okay.
It's not bad.
So once per day. You guys are getting kitted out.
Nice. I like it. Okay. Then we back out of the clearing so that we don't turn our back on him and insult him until we're far enough away. Then we turn around and head back to camp.
He waves as you go, and the squirrel bows briefly and then continues to play. After walking for a while, you notice you don't hear the music anymore, and the lights and everything are gone. And it's like 1 minute you're walking and the woods are dark, and then without even realizing it, suddenly everything seems very normal again. And all the tracks that you had followed there, now you no longer see in the snow.
But we see our tracks.
You see your tracks
Nice.
coming from, but you don't see the ones that you were following anymore.
Nice.
It's an acid trip right there.
All right. So once we get back to the camp, I will relate what we just experienced to the rest of our team.
As you approach the camp, Bjorn notices a bright as fuck magical radiance coming off of those mugs that you're carrying. They're like beacons. That's how much they're giving off. Almost to like
I don't
this,
know
like,
where you've
hey,
been, but I see you've won first prize.
And not only that, though, but the rune stone and the icicle are glowing bright. Now, Bjorn sees this because he just now, because of the gift of second sight from Odin, has constant magic detection. It's like he's got magic detection all the time. He just sees, like an elf would have dark vision. Bjorn just picks up, he sees magic where it is. and this is just like
So
it's almost like whoa. That what the
I walk up to Bjorn, and I give him a high five and I say, "Yo, we just had a drinking party with Loki."
I see.
and
I mean-
Ratatasker, you guys would probably realize who that is.
Yeah.
Yeah, as soon as he mentioned his brothers, I'm like, oh, this is probably Loki. And then obviously when he talked about his daughter, that was confirmation for me. I inspect their mugs and I listen to their tale with respect. I mutter something that it's probably for the best that I wasn't there. As you know, my presence there may not have been welcome, or it may have elicited a more mischievous, not evil, just mischievous, because obviously if I'm a follower of his brothers, then that means I'm a too serious stick in the mud, just like Thor is.
He
So,
might have tried to steal your hammer.
yes, exactly.
And give it to the giants.
Yes, so it's very good that I wasn't there. Might have been useful for Dane to be there because obviously, you know, being a paladin of Balder probably would have might have earned him some points. You never know.
Who did Loki get killed with was it a mistletoe arrow? What was it?
That was Balder.
Yes.
Loki told the blind god, I forget which one it was, to shoot this mistletoe.
Yep.
And the mistletoe.
Yeah,
arrow
because
hit
that was
Balder.
the one thing. That was the one thing that Balder was vulnerable to. I remember that.
Yeah.
Maybe it's best that neither.
Yeah.
Neither.
Well, you never
Dane
know.
or-
He might have given Galdor as a ranger if he's an archer. He might have given him a special arrow that when he fired it, it would have shot Dane, even though he wasn't aiming at Dane. So you never know.
Well, you don't have to give them any ideas.
Hey, I
Yeah,
can't
no,
help
that
it.
would
What
not
are you
Same
work.
team.
to do
That's twice now, Robert. Same
Hey,
team.
hey,
Same team.
Hey,
Hey, I haven't
Can we-
played
can we-
D&D in so long. I can't
Can-
help it if the ideas are still in my
all right,
head.
all right. We
Is
need
it
to
that-
mute his
yeah,
mic.
that-
Can you
9
just cut him
months.
off?
Yeah,
Cut
hang
him
on.
off.
Hang on. Where's the mute? There's the mute button.
I'm taking notes. I'm taking notes.
I love it.
You have an
All
arrow
right, so
only
let's
on
get back on the trail.
Yeah.
Okay, so
So we're all. What are we
back
doing?
you're all back at the camp.
We're going after the homies again. We're going after the crew.
Going back.
for-
We're going
for
out to
hunting.
Stormwatch.
And
Yep.
did you tell us about the warning?
I did.
About our approach?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, make sure.
Things
Not
aren't what
everyth-
they seem.
Okay, so as you guys are getting ready to get back in the road from coming back, there's nothing that happens right away. So you're heading now towards Stormwatch.
Yes.
Mhm. Yep.
Okay. Morning passes
Stormwatch.
uneventfully. You hear the occasional howls coming from the distance, and you occasionally think that you're picking up on some sounds coming from the woods, but nobody sees anything.
That's good, I guess.
The winds are starting to pick up a little bit, though, and the snow is starting to come down even a little bit heavier, almost to the point where the road is now buried. And by about noon, you spot something ahead where the road takes a slight turn. It's not straight, but it takes a turn, so you can just see what looks like 2 wagons that have been overturned, and everything in them is spilled out, and you think you see movement just past them. And this is off, like just at the very edge of your vision.
I'm gonna send Carl ahead and look through his eyes to check that out from an aerial point of view, almost like a drone view.
Okay.
Carl's like a D&D medieval drone.
So as Carl flies up and starts going forward over the trees and gets closer to where these are, what you are seeing through his eyes there are two large carts. They look like they were covered. They have been overturned, and this looks like a trader's caravan. And there are several huge wolves, 3 big winter wolves, massive, almost bear-sized white wolves that are gnawing on some frozen bodies. And then just a little further down, there is what looks like a frost giant sitting on a rock,
Son of a bitch. All right.
eating from what looks like a barrel of fish, maybe smoked fish or something. And there you can see,
Disgusting.
or Carl can see, the wagon has barrels of all sorts of stuff and boxes that have spilled out onto the road. Amber pelts, tools, looks like some grain. And it looks like, it doesn't look like the wolves killed. I shouldn't get into too much from what Carl can see, but it looks like the bodies have been dead for a while, and the wolves and the giants just got there.
They're scavenging.
Scavenging, yeah.
All right, so
that is the impression you get, and then Carl flies back to you. Hold on a
all
second.
right, so how far away did Carl have to fly?
Carl had to fly probably, I want to say 150, maybe about 200 yards. You can see it's just off in the distance. You can just barely make out what it is.
All right, gentlemen, sending Carl ahead has been proven to be beneficial. So what we have here is 2 carts overturned that look like they've been there for a while, because there's a couple frozen bodies which 2 winter wolves are gnawing on, and nearby, imbibing from a barrel of fish, very disgusting, mind you, from a barrel of fish is a large frost giant. So we've got 2 winter wolves and a frost giant. Just a heads up, and it's about 150 to 200 yards out.
Okay. I draw my sword and mount up on Gimp.
You got to roll some dice quick. Find the right one.
If they were just wolves, I'd almost want to avoid them and move around them, just to, as we've got, bigger fish to fry.
They off the trail or on the trail?
They're on the middle of the road.
Yeah.
So we can we? Yeah, I agree with Bjorn. Can we avoid them?
You could probably try to sneak around them.
The thing is with the troll, though, we don't know if we end up leaving an enemy.
It's a frost giant.
Or a frost giant, then we're leaving a potential enemy at our back. But I also know that we could, lose a couple more men and get pretty banged up before even getting to where we're going.
I can always fireball them.
Yeah. But
True.
as long as do you have any fuegos left in your wand?
I have 40 charges left in my wand.
Jesus.
Okay.
And I have 2 fireballs memorized. And so wand fireballs erupt as a 6d6, a 6th level magic user. So that means 66 points, with 1s counting as 2s. If I use my spell, that's my level. It's 10d6 with 1s counting as 2. So it's better if I cast it, if I sneak up on them and cast it myself. So if we do it that way. I have a potion of invisibility, and I also have a spell of invisibility memorized.
Did you remember about the enlarge?
I also have the enlarge as well. I can enlarge the bear. We could also do that just for shits and giggles, for something fun. I could always enlarge Gimp.
That would be fun.
He would be 150. I think 150% increase in size.
I also get plus 10 damage to any giant creatures.
Well, if you guys want to take this down on the way there, that's fine. I just don't want to wasting something we'll need later now if we can avoid it. But it sounds like we could probably handle this if we do
Pretty
this
quick.
tactically.
We have to figure out what each person is doing first. So
Right.
I suggest that I'll drink the potion of invisibility, and I'll enlarge Gimp, the bear.
Oh shit!
How
So
much
that'll
does that?
be
How much does that buff him?
he'd be 150% of his size, so that'd be up to the DM.
You know what? Let's just add 50. Whatever he rolls for the attack, we'll add 50% to that.
All right, cool.
Fair enough.
We'll just keep it simple. I'm sure there's rules for this, but that seems the simplest thing to do right now.
Well, yeah,
Let's just
without
increase
bogging
it.
down with looking, yeah, we can look it up later, but I'm fine with that. So I'm going to enlarge the bear, and I'm going to drink down the potion of invisibility so I can be as stealthy as I can walking through friggin' snow, as quiet as I can. But yeah, I'll come up, or if you want me to ride on the bear with you,
Listen, he's 150% bigger. Let's go.
all right. So
Jump on.
Yeah, the barbarians in there with him.
I'm going to ride on the bear with Galdor.
Fireballs and bows and arrows. That's what we're doing.
Yes, and
Yeah.
we're bows and arrows, and I'm going to shoot a fireball from my spell repertoire, so it's 10d6 points of damage.
All right, so I'm busting out my
Sure.
long sword.
So
Pretty
who's
sure both
following
barbarians
behind
have,
us?
Those.
Well, it sounds like I and the NPCs will stay back in reserve. So if this turns south real quick because there's like more that we don't see, or Drew rolls some random thing that
So
I'll
speaking
be
of
there to cut your
rolling,
face.
Galdor would be aware of the implications of this. You guys are upwind of them.
Okay.
So they can't smell us?
smell us.
No, you're upwind of them. The
Yeah,
wind
they'll
Totally
is
smell us.
They can
they're
smell us.
downwind of you. Yeah.
Yeah. They
Oh,
can
okay.
smell us coming.
Well, to be fair, the wolves can smell us. Yes.
Yeah, the wolves, not the giant. Although
giant.
you guys do smell of
Oh,
corpse.
The only
goblin
thing,
and,
the only thing,
troll corpses.
the only thing the giant's smelling right now is a barrel of fish,
Oh yeah, he's eating probably dried fish. It looked like dried fish in the barrel.
salmon, or
So that's
or
probably all he
mackerel.
can. Yeah,
Fucking
probably pretty absorbed in that.
barrel of mackerel.
Yep. All right,
Well,
I'm staying in
let's do
reserve with the NPCs.
All right. So, what's everybody's actions again? What is everybody doing? And then
All
we're
right,
gonna
so
roll.
I've enlarged the bear. Galdor and I have climbed on it. I'm also invisible, so seemingly it's just Galdor on the bear. And who else is coming with us?
Well,
So,
I mean,
both of the barbarians have bows, so they can ride in the back, get ready to shoot as well.
All right, we'll do that. And then when we get close enough, within like maybe 20 or 30 yards, the bowmen will release their arrows, and I will fuego. I'll release the fireball.
Okay.
And that just pretty much hits the area I've designated. Save versus for half damage.
You surprise them.
Fantastic.
The wolves, despite being downwind of you, the wolves are pretty, and you can see now that you're on the corner. There's three of them. One
right.
more came out. They are pretty absorbed in gnawing on these bodies, and the giant is just taking handfuls of fish out of this barrel, and you can see he's got another barrel next to him that's already empty. They had no idea that you were there, so they are completely oblivious. So as soon as you guys attack, they've got nothing. So We'll roll initiative anyways. You guys get the free attack round, but then that'll determine what happens after that.
Okay.
All right.
So who wants to roll for your group?
Galdor, go ahead and roll for us.
I rolled a 2.
Okay,
Nice.
you guys have the initiative after too. So you guys
All
get
right.
2 rounds to attack before they can do anything.
All right. So Magic will go first. So we're in maybe 20 yards away. I point Fuego. Here we go. All right. Let's add the shot and I have to roll an extra 2. So this counts as a 2. 2 and 6 is 8. 10, 15, 16, 17, 20, 24, 29, 30, 32. 35 points of damage to the wolves and the frost giant, unless they save.
Okay. Oh. Nope.
Fireball flies out,
Nope. Holy
shoots
shit.
out, explodes.
Holy fucking shit. 35 points.
Drink.
It's a long drink.
2 of the
35
wolves,
points to everybody involved there.
2 of the wolves. Well, no, because the one wolf saved. So that would be half damage for just that one. Everybody else takes full damage. The 2 wolves that were closer to where the fireball went off, are just the flames wash over. You can almost see in an instant the fur just burned off and the flesh blackened and blasted practically off the bone, just charred bones and flesh flung from where the fireball went off. The 2 wagons and all the barrels and everything ignite. The giant, his entire front, he's got all these different furs and things over him. All of this ignites. His hair ignites. He's knocked backwards off of the rock that he was sitting on, which is probably why the road curves to go around this big rock sitting out of there. And the other wolf is knocked down and starts just yowling and yelping. Its entire side is just that it was on fire. And 35, that's half of that is 17. So, wow. Two wolves are dead. One is very badly wounded. And the giant is just completely on fire. And he's just trying to pad out all of this stuff.
All right.
And there's
another successful fireball.
You see an enormous great axe that was set down right in front of where he was too. So who is the next attack? Who's after that?
That would probably be me with a ranged attack.
The archers, yeah.
Okay.
All right. So I got my longbow out.
I should have had everybody call targets before doing the initiative, but let's just assume that they're going to the giant because that's the biggest threat.
Well, I have a giant. I have advantage against giants, so
That's
I would absolutely be aiming at the giant. So
I think so does Bjorn. Doesn't he? Bjorn's thing has a bonus against giant.
He's back.
Too.
He's back.
But I'm back in reserve.
Oh, you're still okay. All right. So Galder, roll for an attack.
All right, and that's a D20.
Yes.
That's a 13.
13. Okay. So I got to find your Thaco here. God damn it! Where's the sheet? So
it's on page 97 of the DM's guide.
Yeah, that hits.
Okay. Then with the longbow, that's a D6. I rolled a 4 and add 10, so 14 points of damage.
Holy shit! Add 10.
Add 10. That's what it says. Against
Fuck
giant
that
creatures, plus 10 giant damage to giant-sized creatures.
As the arrow looses, you hear this thwung of the string, and that thing sails and lands because the giant is knocked backwards. That arrow right up under his jaw, and you actually see it come through and out his nose.
You can pick your friends.
There
You
is-
can pick your nose.
Blood spurting now from, and it's all blackened and cracked and red from the fireball too. And so he is just in rough shape. All right, who's attacking next?
Let's go with Sigismund with longbow, and then Vidar with longbow. That is a 9.
Too long.
9.
That's a miss.
Oh, well, hold on a second. Let's see. You're Sigismund. Okay.
Especially if he's prone.
Oh, yeah. So there's no bonuses on that. Yeah, with your to armor. Yeah, you don't hit that with the 9.
Yeah. All right, Vidar longbow. That's a 19.
That hits.
All right, that should be 1d6. That's a 5.
All right. Any bonus to that with that weapon?
It's just a regular longbow,
Okay, so that's
and he gets nothing with no adjustments with Let me double check Thor's sheet. Let's see.
is the bear.
He gets
going-
+2. He gets +2 on his missile adjustment.
Okay, so for the attack or for the damage, is it just his dexterity?
It's his dexterity is +2 +2 -3.
Okay, so for his dexterity, that would account towards the attack roll, but not the damage roll with the longbow,
Okay.
unless you have a special one that's specifically designed to have the heavier pull. So, is the bear doing anything?
It
It's
doesn't
up
have
to
a
the
ranged
elder.
attack.
Oh shit, that's right. You're not quite that close yet. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Is Dane with us, or is he with the reserves?
No.
No,
He's with the-
I didn't want to get in the way of the fireball.
makes sense.
Wise decision.
The giant grabs a barrel and hurls it, and I'm just going to roll to see who he hurls it at. And where's my? So we've got Ulfr, Galdor, Sigismund, and Vidar.
We're all in the bear.
But aren't you invisible, Ulfr? Or wait, no, you cast Fireball. You're not invisible now.
I'm not invisible anymore now.
Okay, well, he's throwing the barrel right at you. And
At the bear?
no, at you. It's aimed right
me?
at you.
Well,
Yes.
I'm behind Galdor. How's he aiming at me?
Okay. Well, if Galdor is front, I thought you guys. Okay, so you're still on the bear. Well,
I just kind of leaned over and went fuego.
Yeah.
It
Galdor is
doesn't.
my shield.
It doesn't matter because the throw completely misses. The barrel goes wide. You can smell the reek of dried fish as this barrel flies past you. And then
Nice.
the wolf charges towards the bear. And
That's a mistake.
well, and
Drink.
also
Drink.
jumps
Drink.
up and attempts to claw. Doesn't get through the armor, and also because it's got the leather. It's a leather studded covered bear.
Yep.
The
Armor
bite
class
doesn't
of
get through
18.
either. So the wolf's attack. Just
Nothing. All right.
nothing.
Smash
Very
that bastard, Galdor.
Gimp
So-
gives the wolf a sympathetic glance. You poor thing. All right. So
So that's their attacks.
that was their attacks.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go up again. Now we're in range of the bear. Let's go.
Yeah.
And I'm in range of my longsword. Now let's really go.
Yes.
Oh boy.
Get the axes.
All right. Magic first,
Magic user
right?
First. Yep. Magic user first.
All right. I'm going to hit it with a magic missile. That's 5 magic missiles.
The giant
Well,
or the wolf?
Giant. I'm actually going to stream into it, this son of a bitch. You get out my D4s. All 5 of them. Is that 5 of them?
Holy shit. Okay, D4 is right.
D4 plus 1. 5, 10, 9, 12, 17 points of damage.
Holy shit. All right. The magical bolts of energy fly from you towards the giant. And
Yes.
as he is trying to pick up his great axe, they slam into him one after the other, battering him.
Boom, boom, boom.
And you can see him sort of start to stumble and drop to a knee, but he does get a hand on his axe. Did he say 17 points of damage?
Correct.
Holy shit. All right. And then who's next?
That would be probably me. I'm not doing.
Well, are you doing a
attack.
ranged attack, or because ranged attacks would go and then melee? So are you doing ranged or melee?
I'm doing a melee attack.
Is anybody else doing ranged?
Now we're going to axes.
All right, then we'll just keep going in the same order.
Solid. All right, so I'm busting out my longsword, and that's got a +2 because it's a magic sword to damage. So I rolled an 11. So with 11 plus 2 plus 10, so 23.
Wait
Nice.
for what was your attack roll again?
My attack roll. Well, I'm sorry. I need to roll the attack roll first.
Yeah, you got to roll the attack first.
Sorry about
What
that.
the hell?
So that's a.
Here,
that's
just take
a-
this damage.
No, I rolled a 19. Take the freaking damage. All right.
Take the
Oh,
damage,
you
you son,
19.
of, son of a
Okay.
bitch.
Yeah, that hits. That 19
Carry
hits.
this, you filthy casual.
Yeah, I already rolled the damage, assuming I was hitting.
All right, yeah. So
Uh,
what is the damage? We'll
the
use
damage
I like
is-
the confidence.
It's 11 plus 10, so that's 21, and then the sword gives another 2, so it's 23 damage
The giant.
to the giant. Yeah.
All right. So how
That
do you
motherfucker
want?
better be dead.
Yeah,
How
you want
do
to
you-
get kind of
how do you wanna
confidence
do
drinking
this?
with Loki.
How do you
Okay.
deliver the coup de grace, the killing blow to this giant?
All right. Well, I've got that arrow that's going through his chin, up into his nose.
Up
And,
in and out. His head was back like this, so it went
Yeah.
in and then out his nose.
So I go up to him with my
Christ.
longsword and I yell, "I want my arrow back!" And I slice off his head diagonally, so that I get a good chunk taken out, so I can then just sort of pick my arrow.
So you
out.
hopped off
And
the bear to attack him.
Yeah.
Nice.
Sweet.
You just
As-
like leapt off the bear.
As you
Yep.
swing the sword, for just an instant, you feel a little bit of a jar as it cuts through the icy, thick outer part of his skin and bone, and then it just goes through like nothing. And the charred, cracked skin from the fireball just peels away as the entire top of the head slides off, followed by this blue-black blood and massive brain matter. And he shudders a couple times. His legs are sort of kicking and spasming. And then he just stops.
And I retrieve my arrow.
And do this. Roll a d20 on 11 or better. The arrow is intact and still usable. On 10 or below, the arrow is too badly damaged and it can't be reused.
That's a hell of a time to roll a nat 20. Okay, I rolled a nat 20.
The arrow, despite all of the tough skin and bone it went through, it's in perfect condition. The arrow is
Oh.
immaculate.
Oh.
All right, so Sigismund,
You got a
Sort
wolf.
of wolf left.
Yeah, you got a
there's
wolf.
just
left.
the wolf.
Sigismund swinging with the frost fang. So
Nice. And also
and
remember
that is a
Frost-
19.
Oh
that'd
shit,
be-
that hits. That
Maybe a
absolutely
tainted 20 at
hits.
that point.
So Frost Fang, where
It's a D8. If I remember right.
Yeah, I'm just trying to find out where I have my notes for what all of these things do here. There it is, Frostbang. So, on a critical hit, it would also slow the enemy for 1d4 rounds. I don't think this wolf is going to be around that long. Remember, you get a +2 to attack and damage with that axe too. So
total of a +3 on the D8. And that is 8 total.
8 total. Okay, so oh shit. So that
Nice.
X
Drink.
takes a huge chunk right out of the side of this wolf, ripping flesh open, burned, charred flesh, and now exposing cracked rib, and lung underneath it. You've cut the ribs are cracked. The muscle in and around the ribs is sliced, and you can actually see that pink lung now exposed underneath that, and little blood starting to bubble up out of there.
All right. Still not dead yet, so Vidar takes a swing then with his axe.
All right. Also a +2.
+2, that is a 16.
That hits.
All right. D8 plus, I think on his case, +4. Because he's got 18 strength. So that'd be 6 total.
6 total. Okay, and wow. So Vidar comes up from the other side and slams his axe. Oh, wait. Does he want to use the fire damage too, or no?
That's only once per day thing. So
Yeah,
I think
once.
we should save that for later.
Okay. So slams that into the other side, and you can hear ribs crunching and cracking, and that axe blade buries deep. And this is the other side where it's not all crispy from the fireball, but blood now sprays out, and the wolf sort of starts coughing and stumbling. And it's going to go for one of you two because you're the closest. I'm going to roll to see which one it goes after.
Hold on.
So,
the bear still has to go.
Oh, shit. Okay. That's all right. The bear. Forgot about the bear.
All right. The bear is going to do he gets 2 claw attacks. So first one is he rolled a 16, and the second one rolled a 15. That's not bad.
And don't forget that the bonus to his damage because he's large.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Was that times 50 or plus 50?
Plus 50%.
Yeah.
So I don't have the stats of the bear, but with those rolls and considering the monster level that it's at,
add half of whatever you roll.
He gets 1d6 plus 7. So he's going to do a minimum of 14 damage plus whatever I roll on the dice.
With the claws? Okay, you don't even need to roll. You don't even need to roll. As soon as the bear lays into this wolf, it is dead. It just literally rips it in half, where the ribs are already cracked from the axe blades. The wolf splits wide open so that its lungs and heart, liver, intestines, all of this just starts spilling out. It's just held together by its spine and the pelt and some crispy, crunchy, blackened flesh from where it got hit by the fireball on the other side. Yeah, so it's lying there practically in half.
Gimp proceeds to snack on roasted wolf.
It's already partially cooked.
Yeah.
So now you have the caravan, or what's left of these 2 wagons and all these barrels. They're on fire. They're on fire. But it's, again, we have a lot of wind. We have a lot of snow. So you're not going to start a huge forest fire or anything. Although with the radius of the fireball, I'm trying to think, there is where the road is just wide enough for wagons to pass each other on either side. So we're probably talking about maybe like 15 to 20 feet. or so, and then there's barely that much more clearing on either side. What's the diameter of a fireball? Isn't it like 30, 40 feet?
We figured it out last.
I think it's 40 feet.
Okay, so the trees are burning, but it's not like a full-on fire. There's just a bunch of leaves, and on some of the trees, the needles were completely singed off. So you can tell that, like, within a sphere, there's just leaves singed off, needles burning, branches that are on fire, but with the wind and with the snow coming down, they're going out. You can hear a little bit of sizzling here, also with the snow that's coming down on these burning wagons. They're lit up. I mean, they are like right in the middle of the fireball, so they're going. You got a roaring fire going, but the snow is gradually coming down on it, and you can hear the little snowflakes sizzling and stuff as it settles. So you've also got these bodies, and there are 10 bodies in all frozen, and 3 of them that have been pretty badly gnawed on. And let's see. Oh boy, 4 women, 2 children, and 4 men.
Oh, that sucks. All right. Anything salvageable from their stuff?
So the grain is burning. There was some grain. There are some barrels that looked like they was meat or something in them, and water barrels that are now
Drew,
leaking. Yeah.
Can we discern, Mr. DM? Can we discern from where they were coming from, and what town or clan they were from?
You can't tell where they're from necessarily, but they're dressed like most of the people in the region, and judging by the positions of the wagons and their horses are gone. There's no horses. But judging by the positions and again, remember, they were frozen already, so they weren't killed. They weren't killed by the giant. They weren't killed by the wolves. Galdor, actually Galdor and Sigismund and Vidar rolled d20s.
1.
That's a D20 or not 20.
Okay, so on this one, you actually want to roll low because you want to roll under your wisdom. We're doing a perception. This is not technically, I think this is more of a 5e thing, but it's a mechanic that works. Roll under your ability score to check that. So
I need to do one more roll. So that was for Sigismund, the nat 20, and then
what do you get for Vidar?
I got a 14.
14. Okay, so the first one to notice it is Galdor. As you're looking at this, these people that are all frozen, they were not killed by the wolves. They've been frozen for a while, and it looks like they had all been killed with axes and swords. There are stabs, and there are like chop wounds. Based on what you can tell by the wounds, that is what happened. It looks like they were ambushed, and so it was not the giant, it was not the wolves that did this.
Okay.
And the ropes for the horses, the reins and everything were just cut. So
someone ambushed them, and it wasn't the frost giant.
Yeah, so it's just, and you also notice that there are what look like you don't find any arrows, but there are holes in some of them that look like they were made by arrows where the blood is, and you also do find an arrow head embedded in the sides of one of the wagons.
Okay.
So, yeah, that you can. There's signs that this was an ambush. As for useful stuff, there's a bunch of tools in one of the boxes that was overtipped. There are some other barrels that are burning now. You can tell that there's fish in them because you can smell it. So you've got a bunch of dried fish. You've got what looks like meat and wine barrels that are already kind of broken and spilling out. Grain that's already burning. I think there's some pelts and other things like that. A lot of the stuff is just kind of ruined, except for the tools. There's a bunch of metal tools or tool parts that just need handles. So if you need tools, there's that. Anybody need a hammerhead?
A couple whetstones maybe for our swords and stuff. And the
There's
daggers.
nails. There's nails and chain.
We
and other-
could take the nails and crucify sled.
Now we're talking.
There you go.
Yeah. And this is probably a good time to stop too. After the
Okay.
encounter.
Okay. I won't give any more details. We can pick it up from there next
Yep.
time.
All right.
9
By
months
this
from now.
time, I'm assuming Dane is with me, but myself and the NPCs were moving up toward the party as the battle was going on. So we
You saw
get up there to-
you saw the fireball go off and figured everything was okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that was. Yeah, we figured we were safe now and we could move up and join the rest of the party. So I will. We will do something with the bodies to try to at least move them somewhere or cover them in the wagon, move it off to the side of the road, give them a little bit of dignity and stuff, because obviously we don't have a lot of time to deal with that kind of stuff right now. But I will obviously say a prayer over them to Thor, and to watch for their poor souls, and and that we will bring justice in his name for them once we get to the villainy in what is it, Starkhaven?
It is
Stormhaven.
Stormwatch.
Stormwatch.
Did anybody search the giant?
Stormwatch.
Those guys would have.
Yes.
Sure.
Okay, I will roll for the specifics next time and give you guys all the details on this. But you find on the giant a leather pouch that contains a hefty amount of coins of different types, a few jewels, and a few pieces of jewelry.
Solid.
Ulfer will take the jewels for his tower building. That's his,
And
reward.
I will
That's
make a
his
note to roll
fireball.
for the treasure later on. I need to figure out what the treasure, where in the treasure table.
Yeah,
the
let me
frost
know if
tower
any of
would
the
be.
rings glow or anything like that. That way I can point them out to appropriate people.
You know what? Let me check right now. I need to get to the.
Obviously, I don't feel entitled to any of this stuff because I wasn't a part of the battle. So the spoils belong to these guys. If they choose to share it with anyone else, that's up to them. But I will point out if anything's glowing.
We like to separate magic items for the appropriate user.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I mean. I'll point out, hey, that ring seems to be glowing.
Yeah. No, thank you.
Okay, for a frost giant is treasure type E.
Sure.
And treasure types E. So, all right, yeah, let's do this. So for there's what the hell? Thousands of copper. So
Lame.
is that a 5% chance that there will be thousands of copper?
It's like 5
Okay,
gold
so what
pieces.
the hell is the percentage here?
I mean, have you seen the price of copper in today's market? That's actually pretty good.
Well,
Solid.
if you want a toilet bowl, sure.
All right, hold on a second. So let's see. So yeah, there's copper. So how much copper do we have? So if anybody wants to write this down, there is 2,000 copper.
Jeez, that's a hell of a bag.
The hell is he? What the fuck?
It's a
Fucking
frost
Santa
giant.
Claus?
It's treasure type E.
Eee.
I'm just going by the book.
Yeah, but we're not encountering him in his lair.
Oh, he's got a big pouch on him.
Yeah, he does. But I mean,
Robert,
it's-
same team.
it's-
Shut up. Shut up. Cut.
He's a
I'll
he's
mute
a
myself,
nomadic.
damn it.
He's a nomadic frost giant. So no silver. Let's see. No gold. I guess that's why it's just copper. He's poor. Let's see. Oh no, that was electrum. Let's see, gold. So yeah, there is gold. Let's see. So it's 1 to 8.
Gold.
Let's see how much gold this guy's got.
I just
You
want
got to
the
be
jewels.
fucking kidding me! Thousands.
Holy shit! What the? That Robert is
I-
right though. That's just.
I just rolled. Yeah, this. Do you guys want to like assume that there's like literally big fucking giant tracks that go back to his lair then? Because it's
Go.
8,000 gold.
Is there like a troll cave nearby? Sure.
Yeah,
So-
I'll track him to his
Let's
cave.
retcon this. You find the cave. There's a bunch of wreckage of various other wagons and things that have come by, and some boxes and chests, and like piles and piles of furs that obviously they use for a bed and everything, and a big area with fire, and a shit ton of human remains, all just skeletons at this point. So you get the 8,000 fucking gold pieces in there. All right, let's.
I will
So
take
there's-
any. I will take the fungible gems.
Okay, so oh shit, and there's gems. So 1 to 12.
You gonna write that down, Drew?
I'm writing it down too.
Oh, so
Please write the gems down for me. Thank you.
there are 3 gems, and then I will have to roll to determine the gem type later on. And let's see if there's any jewelry. Fuck, you guys are. I'm rolling pretty well here. Let's see, jewelry. So 1 to 8 pieces of jewelry. So there's 3 gems. There's 2 pieces of jewelry. Let's see, maps or magic. 25%. Any 3 plus 1 scroll.
I'll take the scroll.
Okay, so shit. So okay,
Drink.
magic items. Magic. Where the fuck do we roll for magic? Or magic items? I got to go to the DMG. I think.
You do.
All right. So this is always
know.
fun.
Let me know what scroll it is, and I'll write it down.
All right, I'll roll for the scrolls first. Holy crap! Where do I?
How many
On the
scrolls? The fuck?
One scroll. 3 magical
All right.
items and 1 scroll.
I already have like 6 of them. All right, so now I have 7.
Yeah. Okay, so the hell is magic treasure? Okay, treasure is 120. All right. Okay, so magical items. Holy fucking shit, we got a lot of stuff here.
Drink.
All right, so results. The first magical item is a sword. 84. You gotta be fucking kidding me. The second magical item is a sword.
The hell?
And 54 and miscellaneous E3. Okay, let's see what's
Miscellaneous.
what is E3? E1, E2, E3. All right, let's see what we get on this. Would be interesting. So we got a 32, a helm of comprehending languages and reading magic. Now that's an XP value of 1,000 or a gold sale value of 12,500.
That's nice.
So
Definitely-
is anybody
definitely-
writing this helm of comprehending languages and reading magic? And we get 2 swords.
Definitely sell that helm.
The swords are G. Let's see, where is G? Table E. Swords, G. All right, this is
And what the
always
hell's
exciting.
what the hell's a scroll?
I didn't roll the scroll yet.
Hey Vince, I could actually
Yeah.
wear that helm.
Yeah, you
And
can.
So, I mean, if you guys would
You'll
let
be
me
able to
have
read.
it.
All yours.
Okay,
Sure.
40.
Not only can I see your magic items, but I'd be able to comprehend them and say, "Oh, this is a sword of slain" or whatever.
Yeah, you'd be able to say, "Hey, this is a scroll of blah blah blah."
Yeah.
That's fine
Holy
with me.
fuck. Okay, so this is crazy. You get a sword +1 flame ton. It is plus
Flame time,
2
awesome.
versus
Like,
regenerating
forge your
creatures, +3 versus cold using, inflammable, or avian creatures, and +4 versus undead. And the second sword, 92. Usually higher is better with this stuff. What is a 92? Oh, fuck.
Sort of alignment change.
Drink. Transitioning.
Okay, so it is a sword -2 cursed. Normally,
Don't touch that shit.
so here's the thing. Normally, you guys would have no idea until somebody used it, and then they'd be kind of fucked until they could have the curse removed. But couple things. One, Bjorn has the ability, because of the gift from Odin, to sense this sort of stuff. He can tell. But also,
Yeah.
doesn't Bjorn have as one of his spells remove curse anyways? I think a cleric at
Yes.
that level has remove curse.
He does.
Yes, I do.
He does.
So
yeah.
it really, so you get, so that's
It's a
not going
moot
to count.
point.
So let's see
Leave
what
that
the,
one there. Yeah.
let's see what the
Or give that to
scroll
Sled.
is.
Yeah.
We got to find the scroll now. Where is,
That's what we
where's the
need to do.
scroll?
Here you go.
need to gift wrap it and send it to the fortress to
We
Sled.
should.
Love, a
So,
secret
yeah.
admirer.
Motherfucker.
So yeah, no, that's drink, Drew. We're gonna. You paying attention?
Yeah, I rolled a 99 for the scrolls, which I thought was going to be something pretty fucking awesome. But it says 98
What
to
is it?
00 is a curse. It is incumbent upon the dungeon master to do his utmost to convince players that a curse scroll should be read. This is accomplished through duplicity, coercion, threats, etc.
I'll have to have. Well, I'll have to have Bjorn look at it.
You've got Bjorn, though. And that's the thing. Bjorn, because of the gift of Odin, can detect this stuff. So
I
You gotta-
immediately burned that. I immediately burned that one. So, Drew, Mr. Dungeon
Yep.
Master, we are going to pick up the cursed sword with a blanket, so we don't touch it with our skin. And we're
Okay.
gonna try to send that. We're gonna try to send that to Sled when we find out where he is.
okay, save it for when you locate him.
Yeah,
Just make sure
exactly.
nobody
So,
touches it in the meantime.
I will put that. We're gonna wrap it in a blanket, and I will put that in my bag of holding. And fuck that guy. We're gonna give him a cursed sword. We're gonna figure out a way to make him handle that manhandle that shit. Piece of shit.
Probably find a way to trick him into it.
Yeah, and to read the cursed scroll.
You didn't burn it? I thought you burned it.
Yeah.
No, I burned it.
Oh, yeah.
That's very insulting to me. So, all right, cool.
I thought it was going to be something crazy because usually when you get those really high rolls in the treasure table, it's something absolutely nuts. But forgot they have the cursed stuff in there too.
They do, yeah. Cool. Well done once again, Mr. Dungeon Master.
And I prepped like way beyond this, so I'm already ready for actually more stuff between here and Stormwatch, but also Stormwatch. So
we're here.
guess we'll
So
coordinate and see
how
when we
about-
can pick up again.
how about March 6th?
I am
Friday,
going
March-
to be in
What the
Columbus, Ohio for the
God
Arnold
damn-
Sports Festival from March 5th until March 8th.
You bodybuilding son of a bitch. Okay, so how about March 20th?
That works.
All right, is everyone good for March 20th?
Let me double
I'm
check,
good,
make sure there's
any
nothing
Friday,
going on.
or actually any night from now on. I'm going to that Monday through Friday day gig.
I would do the 13th, but I'm going to see Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Part 2.
Oh, hey.
Let me double check something. There may be maybe something in Tampa. I think that I need to be at some day in March,
Oh
but I'm
my
not sure if that's it.
God. Well, if not, then the 27th.
Shit.
We'll work it out online.
Yeah, it is.
Frank, what the fuck is that shit?
It's
There goes
the
monetization.
thing. This is Friday, March 20th. There is in Tampa a posing seminar that I need to be at.
How about the 27th?
The 27th works, or the 13th if you guys want to go a little earlier, or
I
a Wednesday
can't.
night. Can we not do Wednesdays?
We can, but it's going to be difficult for people.
The 27th, there is nothing going on.
All right, so let's right now. You heard it here first.
But
The
again,
27th of March. Write it down. I'll get an email thread going.
Okay.
Cool.
okay,
All right.
I'm putting it in my calendar. So it is.
Make a notification, and we'll be ready to go for the next game. This is fun. This is good to get back to it.
I am psyched too. I don't want to give any spoilers away, but also I will calculate the XP for all of the stuff
Okay.
and send it over in the email because I think some of you guys are probably close to leveling up if you haven't already, just for all of the stuff.
Most of us are 10th level, and we're probably close to 11th. Yeah.
The barbarians have been 6 since they both got introduced.
Yeah, you're probably up to 7 by now, at least.
I will check and I'll divide the XP and I'll send it over to everybody so
Fantastic.
you guys all have that. And then hopefully Dane is able to join us for the rest one, the whole next one, but oh well.
Yeah.
Or
Yes.
Franklin, Dane.
Noble Brown.
Character.
Yes.
Yes.
Noble. All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're glad to be back after a 9-month hiatus. I blame Drew for that.
It's been hectic, but we're back in the saddle.
We are back in the saddle, and the next game on the 27th of March will be fantastic. And we have another game that is going to be run by someone else soon. We'll keep you posted on that. Look to the Twitter feed for that information.
Sweet.
All right, I'm going to call it, and everyone enjoy your weekends. And anyone watching later, thank you very much, and we'll see you soon.
Later.
Aaron Clary's gay.